Oh, thank goodness we've frozen up. You can see the pigs have, they're comfortable in a group together. There's Gothi McGotherson. They're not eating as much of their food as I might expect right now, but I am giving them a ton of pumpkins. Pumpkins are lower in calories. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried. I would like to see a couple of, well, the other day I was thinking I would like to see a couple of them a little fatter, but really, maybe they're fine. Just going into winter, the fat is their protection. Honestly, Rapunzel, you're looking very pregnant. Are you gonna have some nice Christmas babies for me? Is that what you're gonna do? I went to the co-op, the farm store, and got there is a vaccination or an injection kit for pigs, which is a long flexible tube with the needle on it, and then the syringe goes like in your hand, so you can put the needle in the pig, and then you can kind of follow along behind them. You don't have to have them hold completely still while you inject them, because they need to be wormed. And I saw a worm in a pig poop, actually, for the first time ever. I always look and haven't seen them before. They say that when you feed pumpkins to an animal, it deworms them, and I'm like kind of skeptical of that, but in this case, we've been feeding them pumpkins and a worm came out, which means that I need to hit them with proper worm. What is the word? I don't know. There's a specific word for wormer, but that's going to be a fun project for sure. Nothing like trying to stick needles into all the pigs. But at least the ground is frozen, so no one's muddy anymore. You know, it gets cold in there, but it's okay. They can stay dry and keep themselves warm that way. They will need more straw because it's cold. -8 or 9 last night. And I need to keep bringing water pretty either 1 or 2 times a day, depending on how cold it is and how fast it freezes over during the day. You can see the pond is frozen over. The geese have been ice skating. Beautiful ice skating geese. They found, I think there's like a flow of water right here, so there's one little spot that's staying thawed. In the winter, because the water freezes over the way it does, when I feed them, I put water in their feed so that it's kind of like an oatmeal texture rather than a dry texture, so that they kind of accidentally eat the water, because they don't tend to like to drink a lot. I mean, if it's cold, you tend to not want to drink cold water either. So that kind of sneaks water into them. The pumpkin also helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, cuties. I'm also, I don't know, Goth has been seeming better, but he was snorky before, so I'll deworm him, see how he does for a couple days, and he may end up on penicillin. We'll see. Oh, hey puppy. Last night was cold enough that all the pumpkins that are outside froze. Hard enough that I couldn't chop them up with an axe. So I've been chopping up 1 or 2 wheelbarrows full with an axe in the morning, taking them down to the pigs. And these were just too hard to chop. But the ones that were still inside the trailer were okay, so I ended up chopping those this morning. But yeah, you can see the axe just was not going into them. When they thaw, they'll be a little bit softer. The pigs will like that. I might have to take them in a bucket full at a time, but if it warms up a little bit, I'll be able to chop them again. Been fattening up the geese with lots and lots of grain. So they haven't been eating very many pumpkins. They had a nice swim today. See how far they spread the water? Like, that's all. The dark around that pond is just like spraying water. So that wasn't super good. If this is our last freeze, like if it doesn't thaw again until spring, every bit of water that stacks up over the next November, December, January, February, March, 5 months, will all thaw at once, and it'll have to go somewhere. And so if I were to water the geese like close to my house here, then, you know, I might flood my house or something, because water wouldn't necessarily have anywhere to go when there's that much of it. Oh, so nice to be able to walk on hard ground. Hey roosters, that's an interesting place to sleep. And ducks, that is, you can't sleep there all winter. You're gonna have to go in at some point. Hey there. You're so pretty. Yeah. There we are. Yeah, here we are, frozen again, which is good. If it could just stay at like -5 all winter, I would be pretty happy. But it's not going to. We're going to get much, much colder than this. And meanwhile, the sun is setting, so I will need to go in. Oh. What I forgot up here. Okay. Yeah. Starting to feel like actual winter. Not just a really long fall and coastal winter. Hope you all are well and staying warm in there. Bye-bye.